Man, that sunset is gorgeous.
Grill, patio, sunset. Hard to get better than that. Unless you're browsing Carvana's inventory while you soak it all in.
Oh, burger time.
So sit back, get comfortable. Carvana's got thousands of cars under $20,000 just waiting for you.
I could stay here forever.
Carvana, where car buying meets comfort, meets convenience. Download the app or visit Carvana.com today. The comfort of your favorite seat is now your comfy car selling command center, thanks to Carvana.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Your favorite seat's the best spot in the house. Make it even better by entering your license plate or VIN and getting a real offer in minutes.
There really is no place like home.
And speaking of home, Carvana will pick up your car from yours after you finalize your offer. Visit Carvana.com or download the app and sell your car from your comfy place.
Woo! What's going on, everybody?
He's back.
Welcome back to the first Power Hour in quite some time.
Indeed.
If you forgot who we are.
Long overdue.
The guy yelling to the mic, the first thing, that was Braden.
Yeah.
I'm Zell.
I'm Dan.
And welcoming back
Mr. Conspiracy.
Back on a mic. He actually has his own square on the webcam.
What? What do you mean he has his own square?
Oh, on my end. I might put him in his own square.
Oh, you put him in his own thing. They're sitting right next to each other.
Hey, you got to move your foot. You got to move your foot. You're ruining the effect. There you go.
Hey.
They're literally sitting next to each other on the couch.
Oh, that's not the same couch.
These are two different couches in different parts of the house.
My house looks like I'm set up for a casting couch here.
Especially that stance you're taking.
Got to get comfy, man. Life finds a way.
So how bad do you want the part?
Not that bad.
That's why he hasn't been here in 3 years. All right, everyone's asking Mr. Conspiracy, what's been up? What have you been up to?
It took him 2.5 hours to cut his hair this morning. That's up.
Oh, did. Yeah.
He totally ghosted me, helping me. He was supposed to help me tear apart the trailer. And he kept sending me progress pics of his shaved head in various states of being shaved.
I'm busy.
I bought a new clipper and it needs to be plugged in. It's not just batteries. So I plug it in for as long as I could wait and then give it a shot. And my thick ass hair would just kill those things instantly. So I'd get like a third done and then send a progress photo.
Updates.
So a 4-hour long haircut.
So instead of helping Braden, you cut your hair for 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay.
Checks out.
Yeah. He's all set now.
He's more aerodynamic now. It's good. Yeah.
But that's been it. That's all he's been up to.
That's it. Yeah. 4-hour long haircuts.
3 years, he cut his hair once.
You're up to speed.
Yeah, no, that's about it. Yeah. Nothing much has changed since, when was I here last Christmas?
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
Still working in town.
6 months ago, yeah.
Yeah, 6 months. What's funny, I think I said I only come every year at Christmas. And I said, I'll see you guys next Christmas.
Oh, so you're doubling your commitment is what you're saying.
Doubling it down, yeah.
Yeah, he wants twice as much money this year.
So all we know so far is that you do 4-hour long haircuts and you're a liar.
Yeah, that's pretty much sums me up right there, Dan.
Isn't it Australian Christmas right around this time?
What?
Like Christmas in July?
Yeah, don't they do? Oh, maybe it's because their Christmas is summer. I just remember Kangaroo Christmas or something. But I guess because December is probably summertime there. Or do they mix it? I guess you wouldn't change right. Jesus' birth date.
Well, I mean, you can. Everything's backwards in Australia, so you're good.
Yeah.
when you're south of the equator, Christmas
flips.
Hey, everyone knows there's no rules in the upside down.
You make your own physics down there.
It's
Time has no meaning in Australia.
no, the one
It
thing
doesn't, no.
one thing I wanted to talk about tonight is July 5th. They're firing up the collider. They're going to do the biggest particle collision they've ever done. Obviously, the goal of this is to throw us back into the reality where it's the Berenstain Bears, where we came from, and get us out of this hellhole, the Berenstain Bears reality. That's all I can think of.
The headlines you read are like, CERN Hadron Collider experiment sparks July 5th doomsday conspiracies.
As it always does when they fucking get that thing running.
What's really going on?
Did the world not go to shit
science.
the last time they used that thing?
Well, there's the theory that when we fired that thing up the first time, we've fucking keep throwing ourselves out of
Split the time-
split
we
the
split it.
timeline, and we keep riding the shitty one somehow.
Yeah, we got stuck on the wrong side of the split.
Yeah, it's about time we get a good split. I think.
do we-
it's
Universe
50-50.
B?
Yeah, Universe C, baby.
Yeah, the good split was it wasn't just a COVID vaccine; it was a vaccine to cure all illnesses. And then
Hey, the good
there's
split
no more
was
sickness.
when we got Spotify called us out of the blue and we're like, well, this doesn't make sense, right? And then they quickly fucking fixed that one.
Oh, whoops!
Let's get us back on the right course.
So what exactly are they doing? They're just powering up the Hadron Collider to its full potential.
I don't think it's full potential. They're just doing the
largest one.
largest one they've ever done. Hey, point that thing a little more directly at your mouth. Just like that. Just like that. And yeah, I mean, we're going to, I don't know, find the next God particle. Who knows, right?
Well, yeah, it's been 10 years plus since they found the Higgs.
The Higgs boson. Yeah.
Boson?
10 years
Frozen?
ago, 2012.
So I just quickly skimmed
Did the
first
world not
article
go
I
to
fa-
shit?
2012. That was the end of the world.
That was the end of the
Yeah.
world.
See?
It's all lining up.
Has it
It
not
is.
felt like since that point, just time just keeps on slipping into the future?
Yeah, it says it's going to be powered up to unprecedented energy levels.
Let's go.
So we're making a black holes. What we're happening here?
I really hope it's just a lever that someone goes and all the meters just go into the red. Good enough. Fire them.
Let's do it. It's just and then just snap us back into the
Just
other
a
reality.
bright white light.
Yeah.
So yes, say goodbye to your loved ones July 4th
We're all,
because
we'll all be lizard people then.
yeah, hey, don't worry about your fingers. Everyone's celebrating the Independence Day. Don't worry about your fingers because chances are July 5th, we're all dead anyways as soon as they fire that thing up. So
Yep. According
go
to
ahead, hold on to those fireworks, baby.
according
See
to
what
Twitter,
happens.
on July 5th, CERN will be opening up a multi-dimensional portal, and while using dark matter, everything is fine.
What do you mean when using dark? Is that what they're...
That's just what this claim is on Twitter. I'm just going with the phrase. To me, all right, they're not telling us they're using dark matter. This is the end right here, July 5th. What time are they colliding? Start a countdown.
Let's do it.
Doesn't say.
Countdown to the end of the world.
It'll be streamed live on CERN's social media channels.
Oh,
So it says the collider will reach a new energy world record of 13.6 trillion electron volts.
I was really hoping it's going to be gigawatts.
In some of this, I guess the collisions they're planning on producing.
what was it
And
again?
So it's 13.6 trillion electron volts. So an
Now,
electron volt,
can you say it like you're Doc Brown?
13.6 trillion electron volts. I got it.
Better.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That was good. Yeah.
An electron volt is a measure of an amount of kinetic energy. A flying mosquito has about 1 trillion electron volts of energy.
Sorry, what'd you say?
1
was that?
trillion?
A flying mosquito?
So in terms of possessing the amount of
He said mosquito. You said hold on. You might mosquito.
yeah, that's why I said mosquito.
So this thing is going to be as powerful for a split second as a flying mosquito.
No, 13 mosquitoes.
What? You're telling me that all this unprecedented power is enough to power 13 flying mosquitoes?
When you put it
13.6 mosquitoes. I suppose like 13.6 mosquitoes.
when you put it in those terms, it doesn't seem that powerful.
No, not at all.
We're expecting black holes to open up.
But I guess if you collide the particles perfectly and they're almost at the speed of light, that's what they're concerned about.
I don't know. It's
Listen,
claims.
If we breach 50 mosquitoes, we're in big trouble. Everyone knows this.
That's the threshold.
I guess, yeah, I don't,
13.6
that's what it seems to say. Is
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's pretty bad, yeah.
And I'm brothers with this guy over here. Hey, I'm gonna go to Home Depot and I'm gonna be like, I need some 6 mosquito volt light bulbs. You got any 6 mosquitoes? Anything that powered by 6 mosquitoes?
I think those are down aisle 12 at the back.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the thing says like the quote says is like I've never all of these. I guess there's a couple of. I'm not on TikTok, but apparently a lot of this stuff is a lot of the stuff is being thrown around on TikTok, and people are saying that it's going to open some interdimensional portal, allowing spiritual beings to pass through it and or produce some sort of black hole or large energy event, something weird. And the scientists are like, I've never heard anyone try to explain why these things would happen except because CERN. I should just start using that as an explanation for everything, just because CERN. Like,
so if you're if you're telling me right now that if I went outside and collected 14 mosquitoes in a jar,
yes,
I would in my house have more power than CERN.
Then what they're planning to produce for this experiment, yes.
Well,
But don't they need like the power of an entire city to get these things sped up?
I don't know what the power. I don't know the exact power requirements.
It is a massive facility. It's
huge.
It employs like thousands of people. They need to put in enough power for a small town.
Hey, listen, for $35, I'll collect 14 mosquitoes in a jar, get Mr. Conspiracy to shake them up.
Just shake them.
They're bound to collide in there.
That's even if you think about it, if that's accurate, then it's like it takes the power of an entire town. What can power a small town to speed up a couple of particles to near speed of light? Like that's insane. Just a few particles, not even like to get like a spaceship, or if you think it like that, like a spaceship or something would require how much power? Like
just to
you're trying to get a couple,
just to get
particles.
to that speed. Yeah.
Yeah. You just need enough time, like to get it that fast enough that you're accelerating it fast enough that you're not sitting there for like, 20 years trying to get it up to speed.
And then you collide them and you quickly try and take a calculation of what particles are produced. That's pretty much what they're trying to do.
So how do the particles actually collect speed inside the CERN? Because like I'm just picturing a tube with like a million angled fans.
I mean, I've seen the pictures inside of it. It's just a big empty tube with a bunch of cables and cabling and
what
stuff.
What happens if the particles collide before they're at speed?
How do you get these particles moving that fast?
You want to hear the exact quote?
Yep. Yeah, please. No, lie to me, actually.
Give us the accurate one, then we need a Star Trek one.
Okay. So the accurate one is accelerators use electromagnetic fields to accelerate and steer particles. Radio frequency cavities boost the particle beams while magnets focus the beams and bend their trajectory. In a circular accelerator, the particles repeat the same circuit for as long as necessary, getting an energy boost at each turn.
Boring.
Boring.
Right,
What it really does is pull into the ether the dark energy through a wormhole, giving rise.
Well, you just have the Flash run in there. They have Barry Allen run in there, do a couple laps, and then whip us into another alternate dimension where Batman uses guns.
Yeah.
So like that really didn't explain it though, did it?
It did. But I think we just don't understand.
You have to have the capability to understand the words to grasp the concept.
Imagine you're explaining it to like a 3-year-old.
Okay. So there's this tube underground, right?
Yeah.
They got 2 mosquitoes in there.
They get a couple mosquitoes. They fan them around in a circle till they collide. and that is how you create matter.
See, all right. Yeah. I understood
Yeah,
that.
that makes
sense. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, too funny. Too funny.
Okay, well there it is. July 5th, you have it. Heard it here.
Yeah, we're dead.
The
done.
biggest firework.
The other one that's been, popping up for me is that all those UFOs, the UFOs popping off the coast of California there. Mm-hmm. Now, the first thing that I look at when I see them, I'm like, again, I watch so many UFO videos, and there has a lot of the ones I would say in the recent time that I've been like, well, those are weird, have been these orange lights in the sky. They drift, they fade in and out, they repop up, and I've been curious as to what they are. I'm not all of them, but the majority of these ones are these orange lights. And, these 5 orange lights were seen off the coast of California. Tons of reports about them, tons of reports on MUFON. Yep. And even like air traffic control picked up military jets like heading out in that direction to scope them out. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Did you guys see those?
Are we talking about, I pulled these ones up here. Let's see if this is.
I followed that story pretty closely for the first.
I guess you guys won't be able to see it actually on your end. But it's in UFO sightings over San Diego, June 27th.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, San
About 5 days
Diego.
ago.
San Diego.
Yeah.
About 5 days ago. Yeah, they popped up. I saw it start popping up on some in the news. I think somebody posted it in our Discord first, and then I started following it because nobody really knew what it was. I looked at it.
Dan, what are the officials claiming it is?
The official explanation is that there were, as reported by one of the news state, I think it's the ABC or CBS news station there, got a comment from a National Guard or Coast Guard. It was U.S. Coast Guard ships, and they said they were launching flares into the air.
Those weren't flares.
Baloney.
Yeah.
Those weren't flares.
Can you see that now on your side?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going back to the start of the
Those
video.
are 3 very well placed flares.
That never move.
So there are a couple of videos online. They have this one, but there's another pretty good one that there's a time lapse one that they show. I don't know. You might, if you're able to find it, like there's a time lapse video of that over a couple hours. Like they shot those.
Well, that one's obviously a plane right there.
Hours.
Dude, what is that?
Right.
Is that
That's
one
a plane.
ship or 3 ships? That one right there?
Okay, that one looks different.
That's different, man. That's
Is that 1 ship or 3 ships?
It's a good question. Could be lights on each point of the triangle.
It might be maybe because there's a 4th one up above there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boom.
the 5th.
Look at that one.
There you go. Oh, it's a bunch of different
That's a Z.
The old Z craft.
Right? Interesting. I've seen
So
tons of those.
there's a photo. I posted it in our Discord.
Oh, wow.
There's a photo someone took from pretty close up of what they were or what they saw. Like they reported after they reported those sightings, they said they shot it from, it's some local mall in Southern California. I kind of looked it up, UTC or something like that. And the photo in our Discord, it's, I don't know, you look at it and you're like, I'm pretty sure you can see the smoke coming off some of those.
Photoshop, man.
Yeah, sure.
Now I can't turn my camera back on. Oh my God.
Nope. Gone.
Fucking absolutely
Done.
blew it.
Blew it
Look
out.
at this.
Play more YouTube videos.
Unbelievable. But it's there's a time lapse one. You can see them like go up, down, like these ones go out and then new ones pop up and then they just
Yeah, but the thing is from that, but like these other ones that we're seeing, I'm not saying that what this video close-up showing is of flares. What I'm saying is that maybe they're completely different from the videos that we just watched, because the video we just watched, like I've seen flares. I know they drop out of the sky. These ones don't. They stay perfectly unison in the sky, and then new ones pop up beside them. They don't slowly drop back down. Like flares don't, you shoot them up and they just float, illuminating in the same spot. Like that's,
I think there's different types of flares. Like I'm pretty sure there's like different flares that you use for, say, like search and rescue, for like at sea, like you want flares that'll stay up for a really long time, and they have ones that go up there. But I mean, the picture I see, there's smoke coming off a couple of them, like unless there's some kind of damaged UFO or tiny little
maybe they
UFO
shot it
or something. Yeah, maybe.
It was easy target.
But you can see pretty much smoke coming off them. At least in that photo, it might be a different photo. It might not be the photo of those, but that's what it was. That was what was on the internet. And if we're just trusting stuff off the internet, then I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't trust the internet either way.
No. The winds on the ocean too. Winds on the ocean, if they're designed to stay up long enough, they would have got blown all around.
Yeah, that's what I think too. They would have shifted. Those
they would have
three
shifted.
stayed pretty tethered at the same distance apart.
But what if it's like coming towards you or away from you? Like it would still just like, it wouldn't get, if it's really far away, like it wouldn't really change the perception of like what it is. It wouldn't really get brighter if it's like miles off of, if they're really bright and they're like far off the coast, if they move towards you or away, like you probably wouldn't notice much of a difference.
I thought it was an interesting UFO video.
It
It is. They're pretty cool.
is.
I followed it pretty. There was a big old whoop-de-doo in some of the forums. I was following it, and there was a big old drama fight about being like first people were saying that there were drones, like maybe it was a drone exercise for like a preparation for like the 4th of July, like a drone show. And then people were like, no, those aren't drones. And then somebody posted that picture. They're like, oh no, like somebody posted from San Diego, like a San Diego locals forum, and they had a picture of these lights and they showed that, and people were like, oh, they're not flares. And there was some hardliners that were like, these aren't flares, everything that you hear is misinformation, and da 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 da. And then and some people were like, well, no, pretty sure it's flares. The Coast Guard confirmed it, news confirmed it. I mean, like it's like
The news confirmed
the
it. All
news.
right.
Local news. It wasn't even like national news, I guess. It was like just local news. But that's what the official explanation was, is that these were flares that were launched from ships out there. Somebody mentioned something about military exercises going on.
I gotta get another.
And then there was what was the other thing about the planes though? People were saying that the planes, like that's not like they were like somebody I guess said mentioned tracking some sort of like Homeland Security planes flying off the coast or something like that. But somebody mentioned kind of said that that's normal because you have Homeland Security is technically like kind of border patrol as well. So it's like, or just, it wouldn't be unusual for them to fly out there and check stuff out.
Fair enough.
So I don't know, but it was pretty crazy for like a day or two. Like nobody really knew what was going on, and nobody was commenting on it. Like not really far away. I guess the police had no idea what it was. Like the San Diego police were getting all these reports, people calling in, and they're like, "We don't know what it is. We have no idea." But it's just one of those things where it's just like, yeah, you like to say, like maybe a little transparency would be nice, but you don't know what they're doing out there. Because I mean, the military is never obliged to like tell police or like locals
Anybody
like what they're
anything.
doing. Yeah, it's like we're not going to tell anybody unless it becomes a problem. So I don't know. It was pretty fun to follow along and just watch that story develop. But yeah, I don't know.
There's a question for conspiracy. What the fuck is that?
What?
Question for Mr. Conspiracy
TV.
from Noah. For Mr. Conspiracy, what's one theory that you think the boys should dive into?
Great question.
Jack the Ripper.
Revisited.
Still unsolved.
You know, I think they do a pretty good job of covering a lot of things. You know, they've covered stuff that I've been into my whole life. I'm talking you guys. Just things that they cover that I didn't know about. One for me, that's a tough one.
Any you've been into recently?
Sorry?
Nothing you've been into recently?
I've been delving back into Flat Earth again a little bit.
Oh, no.
Well, it's retro now. Like,
Yeah.
Now it's cool.
I'm nostalgic, you know what I mean? So,
Well, we talked about just recently that the new flat earth theory that was way better.
which one?
Like the endless plane, and they've incorporated all the mythical realms into the flat earth.
Yeah, okay. I listened to that one. That's actually pretty, that's neat.
That's way more fun.
It's one of those things though that I'm like, if that's true, like, why can't we just take flights there?
You're not allowed.
Yeah, why not?
Well, we came up with a great theory that before. It's because the ice wall is so tall that the air is so thin. that you can't fly over it. And there's only a couple exits, and that's where the military keeps like overreaching control because you can't get by. There's like just a tiny little canyon through the ice wall, and they have all the guns mounted, the flat cannons, you name it, any type of anti-air gun, you'll never get through.
Yeah, they give you the Malaysian Flight 370 if you try to go over it.
And so we're connected to all the mythical realms. Is that the thing?
Yeah,
That was the premise?
So there's there's a Gartha and all like those like Norse ones.
So
And
what's keeping the dark elves from like
Our military.
from
Obviously, Thor.
yeah, okay.
The United States military.
Dark elves, masters of magic, are going to be stopped by a couple of fucking anti-aircraft missiles. I don't think so.
By the Navy SEALs.
Fucking, it's just going to have like King Arthur and his knights rolling in from Avalon, like just. It's insane. Oh, it's so funny. Oh god.
You're gonna
I got a cool one that I don't think you guys have talked about yet. That giant eye telescope in China. Did you guys see that it detected?
Oh,
I remember that one.
And
That's
then
right.
immediately took the story down.
Yeah, they were like, yeah.
Nothing fishy about that.
We found
am I
aliens.
right? Yeah.
Deleted. He kind of reminded me of the Roswell when Roswell first happened in the military. It was like, we've recovered a flying saucer, and then like someone from higher up's like, shut the fuck up. They're like, never mind, we didn't find nothing.
Yeah, I saw that too. That popped up on my news feed, and it's like, Chinese scientists claim to have found an alien signal or something like that.
And then right after that, it was like Chinese scientists mysteriously found dead.
No, it was just like the news sources that it did pop on, a lot of them were just like they weren't very trustworthy sites like you want to pop up. There are ones that are pretty much known for putting out, tabloid worthy news, but not they're not into verifying their sources too much.
So basically what all news is what you're saying.
Well, no, some newses are kind of obligated to do that. Like they do have some sort of credibility built in. But a lot of the news outlets that kind of put that out, they put out like quick little blurbs of like alien things. But it was something that like the quote, like the direct quote or something was like, yeah, it may, like we found some signals. It might be aliens. It's just one of those things where scientists are just like, yeah, it might be aliens. Sure. It might not as well. But they leave that part out. Like there's like it might be aliens. No, it might not. But they just leave out that it might not.
The article from Live Science, I remember reading it a while ago. I just pulled it back up. Says they couldn't rule out human interference. Yeah, so it's possible that it's an ET signal, and that's all I need.
Or it's a microwave.
Well, they also, I had read that they were like, it could have been like local radio interference. And I'm like,
that's what happened before.
You built this machine to listen to detect shit out of space. Deep space.
No. That actually happened.
And you're picking up
that happened before.
99.9 Sun FM. Like,
yeah. No, that happened before. I remember their story from a while ago where they had one of the radio signals pointed out there, and they were trying to verify the source of this one signal that they kept getting at a certain time of day for a certain amount of time. And they kept listening to it as every day. And then they realized it was the radio telescope was picking up like microwaves.
Golden Girls.
Their microwaves. Somebody was heating up like their burrito, and it was like every day at the same time at lunchtime is when they would get the signal. And then they figured out, it's like, no, it's the microwave like bouncing off because with the radio.
Let's do this. Let's give this signal a full 180 and see what it picks up at that point.
So it was like, they just figured out that it's like, it's the microwave. They just turned the microwave on. Like, it's that.
Speaking of radio, did you guys hear that thing I sent to you guys? Did you hear this conspiracy? Hear that?
The comfort of your favorite seat is now your comfy car selling command center, thanks to Carvana.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Your favorite seat's the best spot in the house. Make it even better by entering your license plate or VIN and getting a real offer in minutes.
There really is no place like home.
And speaking of home, Carvana will pick up your car from yours after you finalize your offer. Visit Carvana.com or download the app and sell your car from your comfy place. The comfort of your favorite seat is now your comfy car selling command center, thanks to Carvana.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Your favorite seat's the best spot in the house. Make it even better by entering your license plate or VIN and getting a real offer in minutes.
There really is no place like home.
And speaking of home, Carvana will pick up your car from yours after you finalize your offer. Visit Carvana.com or download the app and sell your car from your comfy place.
There's a soft rock station in Vancouver last week that they fired. They fired and laid off a bunch of staff. So like the remaining, the remaining disc jockeys played "Killing in the Name" by
repeat.
Rage Against the Machine for 24 hours straight. And in between, they take calls and people be like, "Can you play anything else?" And the guy's like, "No." He just boom, cue it again, and it was it was phenomenal.
That's
That was pretty
awesome. One day I hope to quit a job like that.
Yeah.
It's like, how could nobody turn it? I guess nobody would give a fuck because it's like whoever didn't they get bought? Weren't they like, I don't know.
It was changing companies, parent company.
Right. So it's like, but the parent company like probably couldn't get a hold of anybody, and the people who were working there probably didn't give a fuck.
Well, because they changed companies and they laid off 2 of the hosts.
Right.
And everyone else was like, fuck that.
Oh, fuck you. Killing in the name
Get a
of.
little rage.
Fuck you, won't do what you tell me.
Fucking for 24 hours. It's amazing.
What
It
was
was
the
phenomenal.
resolution? Did they rehire the people or did they fire everyone?
No,
They just fired everyone.
At 24 hours, it went dark. Like just after 24 hours, the station just went dark.
They just turned off the
remember-
power.
I remember we used to have an alt rock. We had an alternative rock station here where I live, like when I was in high school, and like at one point, what was the station? 99.1. And I remember one day, like my friends like came. I didn't really listen. I listened to it sometimes, but not all the time. And then one day, some friends of mine came in, like, "Did you hear?" And I'm like, "What?" It's like the 99.1 alt rock turned to all Spanish station 99.1 El Sol, like, and it was just, they were just playing Spanish music. Like they had just switched at some point, like in the morning, they just switched totally over. There was no announcement, there was no nothing. Like, we're gonna switch over to this. They just went from like stuff they put like Green Day and like Rage Against the Machine, and then just now it's 99.1 El Sol, and they played pretty much Latin American party music like all day, and people were calling in and like they were fucking enraged. Like what had happened, nobody had told them, and they're like, "What the hell? What is this garbage?" It was really funny. Like I was like, "Oh wow, that's neat." Like I know it's like some of the radio stations, they give you no heads up, and it's like I think a couple of radio stations have done that, and like where I live, like they just changed one day. Nobody said anything. Nobody. I don't know if that's like the policy. Like they just don't tell anybody.
No, it has to be.
Tune in the next day.
That happened here in Kelowna. We have the rock station. It used to be called the
Right.
Lizard,
Right.
and then it changed to Power 104 like 20 years ago. And then one day I woke up and it was called the Lizard again.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
what
I
happened?
wish I still had that shirt. I used to have a Lizard FM shirt
It was a great
that I
shirt.
used to wear. It was a dope shirt.
was a
And
great
I used to
logo.
wear it all the time. And
They didn't bring
I
back
think-
the original logo though. Shitty.
They should have.
When did it change back?
Just
like
recently.
Just
a
recently?
year ago, like last summer.
Wow.
It just like flipped, and then it was the Lizard again. Same, pretty much everyone was the same except a new name.
I think at one point we had. Go ahead.
It's been Power 104 for as long as I can remember,
Forever, yeah.
because they used to do like Saturday night disco nights.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like 4 or 5 years old. We had bunk beds and we'd lay in bunk bed together and fucking jammed all these disco tunes.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
We used to have. I think this is a couple of years ago, but at one point we had like 4 classic rock stations at one time. Like it's
Playing
like-
the same songs all day.
And well, it was like, and I don't know if it was some tacit agreement between all 4 of them, but at some point, like Stairway to Heaven was playing at 1 at any given time during the day.
That's
It felt
funny,
like-
though. That'd be funny if you were like, hey, at 1:13 every day, cue
Yeah.
Stairway to Heaven. That's pretty funny.
Full
If one of
version.
them's not played it, yeah. It was just like, oh, it's just nuts.
We got another question. Infamous asks, I know y'all have done near-death experiences, but have you guys done the afterlife? Maybe just your own thoughts or something. What happens when you die, Dan? What happens?
I don't know.
What happens? Where do we go when we die?
I don't know. I can make up some stuff, I guess. Like, I don't know. I mean, it depends on like to do a thing like that. It's like you really have to get, oh man, it's a lot of research.
Don't
That's-
research. What do you feel if you
Well, then you have
died
to
right
go-
now? If you died right now, Dan, where are you going?
I don't like.
What do you think happens?
I don't know.
Uh,
It's the last great adventure.
Dan's computer brain doesn't have the answers for the unknown.
Yeah, it's just like I guess.
Conspiracy, what do you think? What do you think happens when we die?
I've had 2 near-death experiences.
Yeah, you've had a couple.
More
than that,
the
I
2 that I remember: drowning,
Yeah,
and choking.
Yeah, drowning.
Fucking 2 awful near-death experiences. Blackness. That's what I remember. I remember passing out in the pool. Woke up outside of the pool. I remember choking on candy. Woke up, no longer choking on candy. That's it.
These are both when you were 7 years old, or what?
7.
Day after, a
I was
day
like-
after.
I was like 18, 19. I don't know.
Hey, someone, it's actually funny because someone said this just recently. There's someone just saying, "Oh, you got to do this and this for retirement. You got to plan." And then this guy was like, "No, I'm not planning for retirement. I'm fucking enjoying myself now, and I'm gonna enjoy myself. I'm gonna take it day for day." And the person was like, "Well, what happens when you're old?" He goes, "Listen, I was already asleep for billions of years. I just woke up." He's like, "I want to enjoy it while I'm here." And I was like, yeah, that's a fucking
good way to look
interesting.
at it.
That's a good way to look at it.
I like it.
Yeah, I like
It's
that too.
not bad. Not bad
fun
at all.
take.
I don't know.
George Adams, I didn't see your question. It's already gone to the back of the chat. So type it again.
She
I
gone.
like that one. Mr. C looks like Rasputin.
I like the.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
I like the Japanese
Hog in
version.
the pants.
I like the Japanese version we talked about in Aoki Gahara Forest, where it's basically if you die and nobody honors your memory, you become an angry god. Like I think that's pretty.
You,
fun.
yeah, you burst out of your meat sack and you're terrorizing
and
the
if you-
land.
Yeah, nobody puts fucking if nobody gives you gifts on your gravestone every year, you become an angry god.
You must quell
That's
the
pretty
demon
fun.
inside,
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
or set your relatives loose upon the earth.
Zell, what happens when we die?
I mean, I'm a believer that like memories and stuff.
How would Zell know? He's never going to die.
That's a tough one for Zell.
From what I've read,
For what have you heard? Yeah. What have
from
you
what
heard?
I've heard, you know, like the stories of kids like remembering past lives, I always find super interesting. And like there's stories, I don't know how substantiated, but like I was murdered in this life and this is where my killer is. And sure enough, and this is where my body's buried, and they like solve a murder. The stories you hear, at least.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah.
So like
There's-
if you create memories in this life, like that's the type of energy, right? And like the fundamental laws of physics, like it can't be destroyed or created, just transformed. So maybe like that memory is a piece of energy. It's a part of the global hard drive or universal hard drive. When you die, sometimes that gets, it's a bad hard drive format. The next copy of you is this new person, and they still retain, a couple pieces of that person before. That's more like the interconnected consciousness. Like there's only so much life force to go around.
I like that. But imagine a young kid having a couple weird dreams. And let's say dreams are connected to the multiverse. That's when you peer into a different version of yourself. And that's what the kid's seeing is just, this is what happened. And remember, and just tells their dream.
Or you
They
just
don't
pick
know
up,
what a
you just
dream
pick
is
up
at that
other
young,
people's
like-
dreams when you're that young. Like you can just other people's memories are what you dream because you don't have enough experiences to kind of do your own.
Or you take
Maybe.
it even further. This kid had this dream or this thought, which never actually happened. But as soon as he thought it, you gave rise to that in a different reality, and it manifests itself as a reality. It never happened until someone thought it.
Yeah, like fucking laser bullets.
Exactly. You put that in the ether. Next thing you know, you missed out on $1 billion opportunity.
I know.
So that
I
makes-
was the founder of laser bullets
I remember we talked about that for
years
a
ago.
long time.
Well, that makes the development of that technology that they've been working on, where you can actually they can get pictures of your dreams.
I've
they can
seen-
actually generate images from your dreams.
They're pretty.
So if that's something,
So we're
if
in
that-
like
if-
total recall age now.
Just
Not
about,
yet.
dude.
We're on the
It's gonna
verge.
be
We're
terrifying when we
getting
all
there,
see
though.
the same person.
If we're getting pictures, pretty soon we'll have video.
So it might be interesting when we can peer into people's dreams.
Yeah, because
See what we can-
I just seen that recently. I can't remember where I heard or read that, but they showed pictures that they're obviously super. They're not. You can barely
They can
tell what they are.
generate stuff from memory, and I think they can generate stuff from dreams. Like they're starting
Yeah.
to be able to.
Right now, they're basically like Mr. Conspiracy's crayon drawings.
Yeah.
You get
Very
get
rough
a
images.
you get a rough. Is that a cow or a dog? We don't know.
It's whatever you want it to be.
George Adams asked if a UFO popped onto Earth, and one got out and said, "Hey, come with me. We'll take you away to our world, but you can never come back, and you have to go right now." Would you go?
Fuck no. If I can't come back. Well, no, I would go because I would find a way to come back. I'd kill them on the other side. I'd steal their ship. I'd be a runaway refuge or whatever. I'd grab the ship. I'd fly back to Earth. I'd tell everyone about it.
Starjammer. Okay.
Just turn everyone into vampires.
Because imagine that
Space
you're the
vampire.
only human. Let's
Life
just
Force.
say
That's a
you're the
movie,
only
Life
human to
Force.
go to this ET world, and you get to experience all the mysteries of universe, and you never get to tell anyone. No one's
Nah,
Like,
see, I
what
would-
kind of aliens are we talking about? Are these like the weird little giant headed grays, or are these like
Yeah.
the hot Nordic women? Like,
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
not
good
the
question.
hot, not the
Good question.
not the hot Nordics. They're just the little grays.
the great.
Yeah.
I'll take the hot Nordics, please.
I mean, I'd be like, yeah,
hey,
I'd be
Dan,
like,
but
fine.
Dan, all right, Dan, just for you, it's the little grays, but they're down to fuck.
No. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm flattered, really, but
You get picked up by the Greys, and they just have like every size of
Yeah.
dildo.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. Same question for Braden, but they got thick ass cheeks on them.
An alien Grey with a
they're
big
just like
fucking
walking
booty.
down the
Just
ramp,
big,
just
juicy
like
chicks
jiggling.
clapping.
Yeah. I mean, are they waddling like the ducks from Aristocrat? Like that? Those kind of.
If that's what you're into.
I hope someone pulls up that GIF and posts it on the page. You guys will know exactly what I'm talking about.
It's already been done, I bet.
I don't think I would go. I think I would stay and I would full on Travis Walton it. I'd be giving people dead hands,
Limp handshakes.
Yeah.
limp handshakes at conventions.
You'd be-
telling
yeah,
them about
remember,
how
you'd
the
be
time I turned them
fried.
down. Yeah. But, no, I don't think I would go. I mean, how like pretty thick.
Like, I don't think we're talking. 3 C's?
We're talking
How
apple,
thick you want 'em?
apple bottom jeans,
God damn.
but
No,
still
I
the same
don't think
size
I'd-
head and no fucking mouth, like barely any, and no ears, just a booty.
I don't need a lot of mouth. Conspiracy, what about you?
It depends. I mean, there's the excitement of blasting into our universe and seeing some cool stuff. It also sucks to get on and they don't show you much and like, yeah, this is it.
Or what if they're
And you're
boring?
like,
My worry is like they're boring. Like
Yeah.
they just live a very like fucking robotic life, and you're just like, oh,
I'd be like, what do you
This
guys have to
sucks.
drink on your ship?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Motor oil.
they're like our own pee.
protein paste. Like, okay.
Yeah, and you're
great.
like, oh,
Fucking PBRs.
Eat that
That's
for the
it.
rest of my life.
yeah.
Or is it going to be one of those like 2001: A Space Odyssey, and I get to like sit in a nice room with like a dining room table? Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of
Like a
variables we need to know
space
before
zoo.
making the decision, I guess.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a tough one.
There is. I'd probably turn it down if it just happened out of the blue right now. Probably turn it down.
I'd be like, yeah. I'd be ask some questions first and be like,
Yeah. Is this open for discussion? If they're like, no, I'm like, all right, no. If they're like, yeah, I'll be like, all right, let's talk.
Like, I can give you some information first, and then can I see a pamphlet or something? Like, you guys got a brochure?
Yeah, give me the sales pitch here.
Be like,
Can I bring my guitar?
What RVs you got? There's another question here, Sean Mullet. If you were given the opportunity to restart your life, but you remember everything, what would you change? Well, probably wouldn't have got married.
Hindsight on that one could have saved you some
no,
trouble.
Good call.
I would be a gambling man. I'll tell you that much. I'd be on the hot streak of hot streaks, man.
Is buying Tesla for $1?
Here's
Oh,
the thing,
yeah.
though. There's a lot that comes with that question because if you make different choices, you're not going to turn out to be the you are now.
Yeah, but you're already the you. I'm already the me I am
Oh, if
now
you- yeah.
because
Well,
I'm starting again.
And if you remember
it's like,
everything,
So it's like you like in the crib to be like, man, Braden looks weird, and I'm just like this.
5 days till Google drops.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, maybe I would have kept playing hockey.
Why?
You had another good year until your knee went.
Yeah.
This is fun.
You had a few more years till you blew a knee anyway. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe start the podcast 5 years earlier.
Oh, dude, I would 100% not went to business college and went right into music right away. It would have been a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably would, yeah. Starting the podcast earlier probably would make it get in the ground floor.
Well,
We'd be the top one at this point.
got into 5 years earlier.
Yeah.
And we're pretty early adopters, like, to be honest, of podcasting. Like, we were, before podcasting was really humongous, we were doing
Yeah, we weren't the innovators, but we were the early adopters of the podcast world. And
Back
then
when I was on the show every 3 months.
Yeah.
Back when there were people who didn't know what a podcast was. Like you could ask,
yeah.
you guys listen to podcasts? Like,
oh
what?
man, when we first started, so many people were like, "What's a podcast?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
everybody knows.
well, I was like, "It's just I don't know. It's like a radio show, but you download it." And they're like,
Yeah.
"Sure, I guess. Cool. See ya."
Conspiracy, what would you change?
Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. I'm a pretty happy guy all the time.
Yeah,
I can think offhand like 10 decisions that I'd change for you.
List 5 of them.
List 5?
5 of them.
All right. First off,
Oh, here we go.
you should have sold your truck in the States, made a boatload of money. First decision.
Okay.
Second decision I would change for you. When you were in Australia,
Yeah.
I would have you should have bought recording equipment and recorded from Australia.
Would have been nice if I was part of a podcast that was making money.
Well, you
Bought
would have
it
been
for me.
had you had any gear to record.
Let's take that one step further. If you would have showed up for episode 2,
I'm going to put that one half down.
Yeah, all right. Fucking back in 96,
Oh, God.
when you got drop kicked in the face by Derek McPhail,
And
you should have shut your mouth, not run in the house, so we could have still gone to the water slides. How about that decision? All right,
how's it my fault he bled all over the house?
right? Oh yeah, he bled.
He bled. I didn't bleed.
Yeah, he bled.
But
Should have kicked him.
I got in trouble.
You should have kicked him. Ruined
I
our day.
didn't touch him. I'm sticking with it.
It ruined our day. All right, I'll never forget that.
Okay.
Hey,
okay.
how about 95? I would have jumped in the pool 3 minutes earlier. How about that one?
Okay, that's pretty
Saved
good.
a lot
one.
of people a lot of heartache, all right? The fifth one.
Here it is.
I got it.
He's got it.
94, you should have just stopped at one fart.
That's so funny. That's a good one. Okay, let's
Second fart.
Let's 5 more. Let's
Second
5
fart,
more.
he shit his pants. That's why. I remember it. Because he said, ooh, I farted. Ooh, I pooed.
94, he's 2 years old.
That's about when it happened.
Yeah, I remember.
It's all
never
downhill
forget.
from there.
No, it would have been 6 at that time, I think.
2002, you probably shouldn't have got those stupid cubic zirconium earrings that you had.
2002, that was 2010.
2010.
Oh, that makes it worse.
Yeah.
Cubic zirconium.
I was looking good too. Yeah.
Anything else?
Oh, that's funny.
No, Zell, what would you change? Oh, you said it before you'd go back.
Yeah, besides the obvious, the investing ones, like just personal life decisions. College, because everyone tells you got to go to college, and then you waste 4 years taking something bullshit. And you finish, you're like, well, why did I do that?
Yeah, you're like, what now?
I go,
I don't know.
All right. Now I'm going back to school again to learn what I really wanted to learn in the first place after wasting that degree. Not much.
Burmeister asked if I blew my knee out doing the Colt 45. No, I've never blown anything doing those. I'm good at those dance moves, the Colt 45s. I blew my knee
Walking.
turning around.
Yeah. Just regular motion. Regular everyday
motion. I'm just like,
Nothing spectacular.
I'm facing this way. I want to face the complete opposite way. Like, oh, that was
190-degree step.
Yeah.
Boom, gone.
pop.
Everything destroyed. My whole life, my dreams of going pro shattered.
Your sculpted surfer body.
Yeah. I could throw means I went surfing, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Should do it.
It was a good time. I felt like a seal in that wetsuit, though.
Seals can swim and surf, and you did neither.
Hey, I kind of stood up a couple times. I hung 10 a couple times.
You know what you should have done? You should have taken that 9-foot board.
I didn't want to.
You're too big for the 8-foot board. You need the 9-foot board.
I got the 12-foot pool set up in the back. I'm gonna make a little sign. It says SeaWorld. I'm gonna have splash zone times for when I'm in it.
Put ribbon out around the lawn when you do your flop.
Yeah. No, Conspiracy sold his truck, but there's probably about 6 months ago, there was a huge push for trucks in the States, and people were selling their trucks from Canada to the States for big money.
And Conspiracy had a nice new like Dodge Ram or something, didn't he?
Yes, and he should have sold it down there, but he didn't.
Live and learn.
Yeah. That's very. I don't see any other questions. ATT better than Joe Rogan? Yeah, of course it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Tell your friends.
There's 4. We're just like we told Spotify, we're 4 times better because there's 4 of us.
Yeah, we won that $400 million contract.
We are better.
They said no, and they cut us.
I said, you all are crazy.
You are idiots.
Now it's all about quantity over quality. They just want a whole bunch of like middling podcasts. Don't want one good one. I mean, I don't know. I was looking at some of the other podcasts, and this is like, or whatever, podcast networks, and it's just they got all of these podcasts, but like none of them are that good.
Well, no, dude, that's what a lot of things do. Like they do this huge group, right? And that's how they advertise, right? Because none of them have a lot of listens, but together they have as much listens as us. Woo! Look at that, baby. Josh Trapito.
Nice.
What's Czar?
Josh Trapito.
Czar? Where are you seeing Czar?
What currency is Czar? ZAR.
Czar 35?
Yeah, what does that mean?
That's a good question.
Where are you from, Josh? Yeah, where are you from, Josh? I think he gave us 32 Canadian cents.
South African Rand.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's 0.079 cents. Yes.
My man.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh no,
ATT worldwide.
It's 1 to 0.079. So times that by what is that? What do you give us? 35?
35.
Oh, okay, that's
35 cents.
couple bucks. Yeah.
Fucking take that.
ATT worldwide.
Woo.
That's awesome. I never heard that. ZAR. There you go.
Get to the real issues, gentlemen. You want the real issues? I solved the Zodiac Killer murders.
Oh, did you?
I did. Been going at it hard.
And
What
does that mean?
Well,
Hold on, I need a clarification.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Wait, what?
So I solved the puzzles that he was leaving.
The cipher?
Right.
The ciphers.
How'd you do
solved
that?
them.
Weren't they already solved?
They were ciphers. They weren't word searches. You weren't like just drawing circles around random.
They were.
Wait, what do you mean? If they were,
the ciphers, like the codes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were already solved.
What did they say?
They were solved this year. Like no,
But they were
2020?
solved. He solved them.
No, hold on. They were solved.
They
An
did solve
amateur
two of
team.
them or something.
Yeah, solved them. It was
Wait, there was more than one?
it said, oh, Colin.
Oh, no!
It was this. They said, I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me. That wasn't me on the TV show, which brings up a point about me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber because it will send me to paradise all the sooner because I now have enough slaves to work for me where everyone else has nothing when they reach paradise. So they are afraid of death. I'm not afraid because I know that my new life will be an easy one in paradise, death.
Oh, I was fucking way off. Way off.
What do you think it meant?
Oh, I didn't. I connected. I thought it was a word search. I found a couple stuff that made the shape of a smiley face.
I found all the words.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
Zodiac.
Yeah.
Solved.
Still solved.
Solved, unsolved. Solved, but unsolved.
I love Infamous quoted that. I solved the Zodiac murders. Yeah, I've been going at it hard. Shit.
I thought I was onto something, man.
That's funny.
Oh, fuck.
Oh God. Yeah, I thought like a amateur team cracked in like 2020 or something. I remember.
Yeah, I
sorted it
didn't
out.
hear anything.
Yeah, they solved it. So solved.
Oh,
Now just
I'll have to look it up.
Oh, man. Someone quote that on a shirt with Miss
Yeah.
Conspiracy's face.
I've been
I've
going,
been going at it hard.
I'm gonna make a new Power Hour shirt. It's just his face and it just says, "I solved the Zodiac murders." I've been going at it hard.
Put that on the back.
Yeah.
I've been going at it hard.
That's funny.
Didn't disappoint.
No. Any other conspiracies popping up? I mean, other than the like congressional hearing, there hasn't been a lot other than Skinwalker Ranch, obviously season 3.
They were
But
talking about the QAnon people went back to Dallas. They were back in Dallas again.
JFK
Yeah,
is coming back again.
he's come back again.
No, but not last time it was JFK Jr. This time it was JFK.
Actually, JFK.
The actual JFK.
So he's like 100
Yeah.
years old.
There's like
with
100 people there.
With
There's
a
like
half a face.
So is JFK in a jar, just his head.
it's just his head in a jar.
He's on like
Yeah.
an android body or something.
I have
Yeah.
no idea. This is
For
insane.
what supper? I want a party platter.
Oh yeah, the people actually showed up there for
Wait,
that again.
so he didn't show up.
No. For the second time.
Are they planning it again?
Probably.
Is this a yearly thing?
Well, they
I-
did. It was like 6 months? No, 7 months ago that they did the last one. Because I thought the story was an old one. Like I thought that I looked it up. It was like a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, no, they did this already. And then I looked it up, and I'm like, oh no, they went back. It's even funnier the second time. Like, just all these people there waiting on the grassy knoll for JFK to show up.
Comedy
so-
comes in 3, so they're coming back one more time.
Is
I gotta-
is Q still making Q drops or whatever?
There's some.
The Q. Why didn't they call them Q tips?
Oh, come
There
yeah,
was,
way better.
There was
Let's call them from now
Swing
on.
and a miss.
Yeah, Q tips. That's what they are from now on.
There was a headline I read the other day, and I didn't get to look into it, but it was something about like Q has returned or something. They started doing job because I think they fell off after kind of there was the whole thing. Like they figured out who it was. It was the guy, guy who founded 4chan or whatever, and was like running it from the Philippines or whatever. that whole thing, and then but then it was like they're back to throwing down clues or something. It's not as big as it was, I don't think, but it's still like, yeah, it's still strange. I think there's still
Who
people
was it?
falling
So this
into
is from BBC. Says Jacob Chansley,
I think so.
QAnon
There's like-
shaman.
oh no, that's a different guy.
Oh, no,
that's
that's
the
the
guy
fucking-
with the horns.
That's the guy
Yeah,
with the
went to
horns.
jail.
That's got the horns. Yeah.
Yeah, you think you're gonna get in there and not go to jail? Like, And he was like, that guy at QAnon Shaman got put in jail, and then he was like trying to request like a specific diet when they put him in there. It's like vegan meals or something. Oh man,
You get what you get, bud.
I remember when we did the QAnon conspiracy like way back, and we're like, what? Like, we kind of made fun of it. Like, this is crazy. And people got mad at us.
Yeah.
They're like, you guys don't know anything. You guys are fucking in this. You didn't give it a good solid, you didn't really look into it. And we're like, we looked, and that's what we found.
There's no substance.
And
Like,
then-
once you get into it, you start following it. And then it's like people will throw a bunch of stuff at us, like, but it's like, I don't know.
It
It's
never
one of
came to
those things-
fruition. The storm never happened.
Yeah, it's just a keep of like next week, the next thing is coming, the next thing is coming. I'm like, I know these things. Like
And you know what the sad thing is? Like, we called that one, and like I remember getting like this one girl from St. Louis like private messaged me on my on the other. I have my Instagram, my personal Instagrams, the other Alien Theorist account. There's nothing on it. I never use it. It was just a placehold. Our other
Like a backup kind of.
Alien Theorist, yeah. So it just sits there. And like they privated me on that and be like chastised me when we did the like, fucking full of shit. You're just in it for the money. You don't give a fuck. I'm like, one, there's no money. Two,
No money.
like, what? And it's shitty because like there was a lot of people that got mad at us for. And listen, if you're, I hope those people come back. We forgive you. You know,
okay.
you fell for you got fooled, right? We've all been fooled.
con.
It happens.
People have been
Right?
being con for hundreds of years,
Forever. Yep.
It's all good.
thousands
right?
of years.
I got fooled by that Nigerian prince. Who hasn't? It's all good. Come on back to the fold. We're all human.
It's fine.
It's all good.
Chewbacca, my boy. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, hey, there's
yeah.
Chewbacca.
Mr. Conspiracy is the only member of the podcast to meet longtime Patreon supporter Chewbacca.
Oh, and he's a fucking beauty.
Chewbacca, I hope you're coming to Canada at some point, and you make sure you let us know when.
You make sure.
And you come out to the West Coast. Make sure you do a trip to the Okanagan, because we'll
have a time.
We'll have a time for sure.
Oh, it'll be a fun time.
We'll put you up at our parents' pig farm.
Yeah. Beautiful 75 acres of pigs.
Pig farm.
Oh, that's funny.
I said, be wary of the man who keeps pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get well. Now we've solved the Zodiac killer.
Burmeister, don't you talk about my chickens.
There's the other thing I like. We haven't really had a good alien movie in a long time. We got Nope coming out the end of this month.
Oh,
I'm really excited for that movie. It'll be interesting to see because a horror alien UFO movie. I'm sold. I'm all in. I can't wait. It'll probably be the first movie I see in cinemas this year.
And I remember looking into that a little while ago. It was actually shot for IMAX.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna watch
We
it
bet-
not at IMAX.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch on a 22-inch gaming monitor.
Yeah, streamed from F movies.
Yeah.
From someone's handy cam.
No, those RIP movies have gotten a lot more sophisticated. People have found a way because in theaters it's not film anymore. It's like a hard drive.
Yep.
So people have found a crack to be able to just rip the movie in real time off of those hard drives.
Oh, dude. Okay, I was thinking about this because when we worked at the movies way back in 2006, it was still film. So I used to splice the film together when it came. And then shortly after that, they moved to digital, where you basically get a DVD disc, and the where you put the DVD in to play the movie, you could put a regular DVD in and play DVDs like in the movie theater. I've thought about this recently. Like, I'm sure there's people out there that have a job there strictly to rip that onto their computer. And they probably make way more money selling those rips on the web than they do working at the theater, but they probably make a killing.
Well, theater's got to be the lowest paying job you could ever get.
Yes, most likely.
Got to be minimum wage.
Oh, 100%.
If not less.
Yes.
It's like And it's weird. Well, I could see now because all you do is go push play. But when we worked at the theater, you had to take the film, you had to run it through like 9 different fucking pulleys and fucking gears and thread through the projector. And you could fuck it up pretty good.
This multi-million-dollar budget movie would count on me, a 17-year-old who at one point was a baby.
I mean,
To one point,
all of us.
hey, he's not
Maybe.
wrong. He's not wrong.
I mean, yeah.
Right? to cut together 4 different reels of film. I would have to splice them in the proper order, put this holographic film on to know when the lights would cue up and down, right? And then run it through the machine and not fuck it up. And I fucked it up once where I mixed up the reels. So when people watched Christmas with the Cranks, they watched it reel 1, 3, 2, 4. No one complained for a month because that was how bad the movie was.
They were just there to see Tim Allen go.
Braden, was that me and you, or was it just me when we went after the bar and we threaded the movie wrong and we melted the film?
That was just you.
That was just me.
That was just you. Yeah.
I remember we went after. I think it was 300. And we went after the bar, and we threaded because we had this like unspoken agreement with the theater saying we could go after hours and watch movies as long as you cleaned up and put everything back as it was.
Sweet.
So we'd go after the bar, we'd make popcorn, but we'd clean up, and we always did a really good job, except one time just a little too drunk. Just a little bit too drunk. And then I grabbed the film. You got to like pull it around the tray and then through the projector and then through like the sound reader. And at some point in that process, I had reversed the tape backwards. So it spiraled, it bound, it got stuck in the projector, and I melted about like 20 frames of that movie. And then know what I did? Just as drunk, went up, snipped the film, spliced those 20 scenes out, and no one found out.
Like a Mission Impossible.
So you were like watching, you're watching like Leonidas go fucking Sparta kick that guy, but you just missed, like just under a second of him kicking that guy down the fucking hole.
Just one of those movies where you're like, oh, it's over.
Like what?
Weird.
Yeah, what happened?
That's a strange
What happened
ending.
Yeah, that was actually a really fun job. That was probably my favorite job. It was like me and Braden and like 3 or 4 other really good friends all worked at the movie theater.
I used to love when you guys worked there. I got free movies, free popcorn all the time.
And we got free movies for years because everyone kind of worked there at different times. And then when we all quit, there we still knew people that worked there for another like 3 or 4 or 5 years, and we would just keep getting free movies forever.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure I got like 8 years worth of movie and popcorn.
Oh, 100%
out of that place.
Easy
Like,
8
it was
years
a long
of free movies.
time. Yeah, it was a long time. It was great. I miss the old Landmark.
The Landmark we have in Campbell River is actually the exact same Landmark from the one we worked at.
It's identical.
It's like must be the exact
The same building blueprint.
Yeah, it's just reversed, if that makes sense. Like instead of going left to for the theaters, it's
Going right.
the concessions on the left. Yeah, but it's the exact same.
So they just flipped the plan.
Yeah. It's bizarro.
That's how you save money. You build the same theater in every city.
Yeah.
They paid some engineer a lot of money to just be like,
flip it.
How about this one?
You know where Theater 1 is? That's going to be Theater 5 now.
Yeah.
Oh, genius. Yeah, that was actually a really fun job.
It was a cool place. Yeah.
And then you would climb up behind the screen when movies are playing.
Yeah.
And they have like fucking 40 speakers behind the screen. It's fucking crazy.
By Zell's death.
That's why I'm deaf in my right ear.
Hey, Zell, tell us about you won another Battle of the Bands?
Oh, baby, Lucky Monkeys 3-0 in Battle of the Bands.
Damn.
Couple of monkeys, huh?
Well, we didn't play a lot over the pandemic, so we got a little rusty. But then we got it back, and then we joined the Battle of the Bands. Admittedly, maybe a little unfair.
Why was it unfair?
Because the most of the bands are pretty new. And we've played 100 shows. But hey,
You're playing against like little kids. Just
no,
18-year-olds.
no, it was surprisingly there's 8 bands and like 6 of the bands were like 50 plus, like guys who probably used to play in a band in college and haven't played a band in 20 years, 30 years, and they got a new
so you're
band.
beating up old people.
We're beating up old people. Exactly. Yeah, but I don't know. You had to submit, so we submitted our website and everything, and they deemed us part of the. If they said like, "Hey guys, you guys are too established," like, that's fine, it's no problem.
Yeah.
Not our fault. We win, $1,000.
Worth it.
What's funny though is you win $1,000 for the Battle of the Bands, and then when you win Battle of the Bands, you like get a show at like the local like it's called West Side Days. So it's just like a family weekend of fun. And then so you win the opportunity to play an hour-and-a-half show, which not a lot of bands play an hour and a half that are like our local bands, but for $500. So you play 2 songs for $1,000 and then 20 songs for $500. It's funny. That's music though. Like there's no money.
So when's your 20-song concert?
Next Sunday, July 10th. Like the week after. We actually already play that night. So we're playing playing like 4 hours that day.
Double header. Nice.
For me, it's easy, but as a vocalist, I don't know how Cass is going to sing 4 hours.
It's been a while. Oh, well.
I don't think we've ever played.
Lip sync it.
We've never played that much in a day. We play 3 hours all the time. Like we just played at O'Flanagan's last night in Canada Day.
Good for him. I lose my voice after like 4 songs on the radio in my car.
Easy, dude. Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we finished our album. So I think before it releases, I'm going to have probably a Patreon only, Theorite only listening party.
Nice.
Huh?
Like we finished our album, Lucky Monkey, our first one.
Oh, you're gonna play it for the
I'll play it before it releases. Yeah.
Dude, how does it feel to be? How does it feel to be famous in Asia?
Oh yeah. So we recorded this music video for the song "Go" like 4 years ago.
I remember that song. Yeah.
And it got
it
got like 20,000 YouTube views, and we're like, "Well, that's pretty awesome." And then it just died. Like it never got another view, pretty much ever again. And then sometime in March, it got like picked up on like an Asian playlist somewhere.
Nice.
And then I was like, because we're releasing the album, so I was going through all like our social stuff, like just updating the banners and stuff. I was like, oh, why does Go has 250,000 downloads? I was like, this must be like a bot or a mistake. And then I go look, and it says like on such and such playlist, India, Indonesia, Malaysia, like all these like what? And I think it's because we dressed up our bass player as a girl in the video, and that's like the thumbnail. He's wearing like a blonde wig, so it looks from like a grainy picture. You're probably like, oh, a girl. I'm going to click that picture.
There's no way. There's no way.
I can't.
That's why people like.
How else does it get? How else do you find that video?
You know why? It's an easy song for foreigners to sing. There's one word: go.
It's true,
right? They can go, go.
Or people are searching for monkey videos, like funny monkey videos, like stealing people's shit, and then somehow our band
monkey singing song.
I don't know how. But yeah, that was like the most views we ever got by a lot, and it's hilarious.
It's like surpassed 300,000 now.
It's mainly in India, it's like 50%. And Malaysia and a bunch of other countries. It's funny.
Has that translated to other listeners like on Spotify or anything?
Absolutely, or is it just
not. YouTube?
Absolutely not. 0. I think we actually lost listeners over the last few months. It's just the video for whatever reason.
Interesting.
And I don't think there's any money in that either.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I think you probably got to get over 1 million before you start, making $1.
Well, I don't know, because that song's like registered as a performance song. So like it has like a number. So anytime it gets played, it's like a stream. But I don't know if that counts for the music video. Because like on YouTube
interesting.
Music, you get paid like per stream. It's like 0.001 cents. Like fuck all. But if that, so I don't know. I don't know if that counts for a music video. I have no idea. We'll find out.
Are you famous in a third world country?
Me?
Yeah. Someone asked, they're like, aren't you famous in a third world country?
Famous in all countries. Fucking Mr. Conspiracy, man.
Mr. Conspiracy Worldwide.
Yeah, I'm famous in Canada, which has become a third world country. So
Feels like it sometimes. Can't afford to do anything.
yeah, sometimes.
If you didn't buy a
the
house
amount I-
pre-2020, you're screwed.
Oh, I'm fucked.
Oh, yeah.
I'm renting an apartment for a ridiculous amount of money, and it's the best our town had to offer. Like way more than what a mortgage should cost somebody.
Don't worry. Wait for those mortgages to renew and everyone's going bankrupt.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna be at the courtust.
Yeah, you'll be buying the court-ordered sale.
Yeah, I'm buying Parks Place, baby, for a discount.
Just be in court, like bang the gavel, judge.
Yeah.
Sold.
Your Honor, I do declare I own this property.
I do declare. I tell you what.
I tell you what. All right, we're well over an hour on this power hour. What do you guys want to wrap it up? You want to keep going, or what do you want to do?
I'm good.
I got nowhere to be.
We can wrap it up if you want. You want to wrap it up?
You can keep going. I'm just going to go pee then. Keep
All right, I
keep
got
going.
something for you,
Keep
Dan.
going.
What? Let's see.
Hang on. Let me type my
Conspiracy's got something.
passcode in here correctly. So, being from the United States, I'm sure you've heard of the mysterious Betts sphere
What?
What?
on a Fort George Island.
No, I haven't heard
No,
of this.
never heard of it.
No.
The Bet Sphere?
The Betts
Betts.
sphere. So, basically, what it is it's this family. They were walking out of their farm and they found a perfect like metal sphere in
I think I
their
know what you're
farm.
talking about.
Oh,
I know what you're talking about.
nothing strange happened for a while. They brought it home, and then
Betts Sphere.
yeah, I can't remember what the main guy's name was, but like he was playing guitar in front of it one day in the house, and it was like vibrating frequencies back at him, or like humming at him.
I remember.
there's
I
been-
know what you're talking about.
You know what it is?
Yeah, I remember you talking about it. I think Linda Moulton Howe did a thing on it. I know she did some. I think she actually interviewed the family at some point, or some of the family.
They went through a lot. Yeah, they got
Yeah, like
interviewed a
the
lot.
orb was like following people. They said they claimed it was like following people around, like as it would roll through the house, seemingly like on its own power, stuff like that.
that's right.
Yeah, some pretty,
That's right.
it's pretty crazy stuff.
So like
Terry. His name was Terry.
Terry.
Terry
I
Betts.
swear, I think we talked about it at some point.
Terry
You guys talked
Betts.
about this?
Terry Betts
I
from
don't. I
Jacksonville,
remember looking.
Florida.
Up, I remember looking it up, or at least watching some. I remember looking some stuff up about it, but I don't know if we talked about it on a. Might have been like it might have been like just a one-off, like not a whole case file. We might have just thrown it in
Just
like a
a
mixed
spin
bag.
off on an
Yeah,
episode,
well, like a mixed
Yeah.
bag one we did, and I probably talked about it. I feel
Okay,
like
so this is something that I have known about for a while. That I was like, this has always piqued my interest. Now, like all officials that came and looked at it, government came and looked at it, like the military came and looked at it, and they were like, "Oh, it's you guys have uneven floors, and like that's what's causing it." And the Betts family would be like, "Well, like it will turn like 90 degree corners.
Well,
and
that's
follow us."
that's an oddball you
And they'd be
got
like,
there.
"Oh, well, there's a triangular chip here, which it'll hit the floor and move that way." And it's like, that's pretty much how it all got wrapped up. Was like, oh, it was debunked as man-made here on Earth, and it was just these people's floors and this chip in the ball. But like, if you listen to the accounts of the Betts family themselves, they're like, this thing was fucking weird. You play guitar in front of it, and you stop playing, and it would hum back at you. What metal do we know on Earth that does that? Especially if it's just in a sphere in your living room. None
Well,
that I know of.
Well,
Dan?
maybe Terry's just got a little bit of the tinnitus.
Oh, my tinnitus. Well,
His
that's
E is always humming.
okay. I mean, case solved. Done and done.
It's nothing more than a couple unlevel floors, couple triangle chips, and a rough case of tinnitus.
Yeah, I remember looking that up.
It's a giant. It looks like a giant ball bearing. Like
Right, but they like took an X-ray of it or something. Like they took an X-ray of it and they said that there's like these weird little like dents, like there were parts inside of it that seemed more dense than the other material that was surrounding them. And they said like that could be something. There were concerns about it being radioactive, I think was the thing. Like,
this
just
family.
keeping it in the house. Like I don't know where I can't remember what they said it was because it's been a while.
Yeah, no wonder it's humming.
Yeah, it's just like
Fucking radioactive. It's one of those spheres. Remember the scientist we talked about who he had those two halves of the spheres that he kept, and he like cowboyed at one time and he caused a nuclear fusion.
Right,
Obviously
yeah,
died. It's just that ball. They just rolled it down the hill after, and this family picked it up. They're like, it's rolling around. It's humming. It's humming back at us.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of the stuff about it, but I just remember watching a couple of things about it, and it's just it's a giant ball bearing, like perfect sphere, and it was just a really weird. I just remember them talking about it was following some of the kids around, or like it seemed to be intelligently controlled. I remember Linda Moulton Howe was involved in it some reason. I think she interviewed some of the family.
What isn't Linda Moulton Howe involved in?
I mean,
Yeah,
well,
she got everything.
she's everywhere. She's on Skinwalker Ranch. She's on the Bet Sphere. She's on Ancient Aliens. She's everywhere. God damn. No, it was on Ancient Aliens, season 12. Yeah. Mystery of the Bet Sphere. Yeah, it was in there.
Was it?
Yeah, it was on there.
They ever come to a conclusion on that?
Yeah,
think
Giorgio, it's aliens.
It's ancient aliens. They never have a conclusion on ancient.
It's always aliens.
The conclusion is always aliens on Ancient Aliens.
Even if they don't say it's aliens, they imply
aliens.
They imply it.
Oh yeah.
And they're not. They might not be wrong. Could all be aliens.
Yeah,
That's what I'm leaning towards.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
There's some, I don't know. There's a couple of crazy origins of like where it came from. It's like, what is this? One of them is talking about like it fell off a rooftop luggage rack of like a Volkswagen bus because it was a part of a art project or something. Driving through that area. Was it Jacksonville, Florida? I guess like Jacksonville, Florida is where this took place. Fort George Island, Florida, but yeah, okay.
There was a lot of things that they said. They were like, oh, it comes from this ball bearing company. Oh, it fell off this art bus.
Yeah,
they were.
And you're like, oh, okay.
At one point in time, Jacksonville wanted to be known for the world's largest ball bearing, and they quickly gave that away. And the ball bearings went everywhere. Just let them loose in the forest.
Everything was downhill from there.
Yeah. Well, that's why they let them go, so they'd roll away.
Yeah, it's weird that we keep like just a metal sphere we found out in a field and we just keep it in the house. I don't know.
Why you just let it roll? The logic behind that is like me finding a bowling ball tomorrow and being like, you know where this would go? Right in the middle of my fucking living room.
Well, the best
Let me just lay it down here.
The best thing is like if you actually look at the Betts family farm and where they found it, there ain't no fucking hills. There ain't no hills. This thing wasn't
it's Florida.
rolling.
Yeah, it's Florida. It's all flat.
if it fell off a truck and you look at the farm, you're like, damn, that ball bearing rail, like it rolled far, real far.
Maybe it fell from the sky.
I think it did. It's just a fucking alien ball bearing.
Yeah.
It's just a funny. Yeah, it's a funny little story.
It's a ball bearing from one of them UFOs.
UFOs. You know, there's just some UFO out there doing this all the way home.
I don't know. Yeah. Then they're saying that it was a ball check valve or something. Like it seems to be.
It's pretty ball check valve. That's pretty
a big ball check valve for what?
A ball check valve produced by Bell and Howell Company.
Or what?
Bell and Howell,
what
the same
size?
Bell and Howell that
Chicken
makes
balls. I don't know. It's a ball check valve.
is that the Bell and Howell that makes the as seen on TV flashlights that are indestructible?
Maybe.
Bell and Howell,
They do
there's
cameras?
an infomercial for these fucking flashlights, and they turn it on. It's like fucking daytime on the infomercial. and they're like,
like million
these things are
lumens.
indestructible. And then it shows like a truck rolling over one. And it's like, it still works. I was in a hotel watching this infomercial with a buddy, and he's like, we're all drunk, and he's like, you want to, there were 2 for 1, like 1995.
You wanna
what do
buy
get
one?
to? And he's like, you want, it's Colin. He
Colin,
requested
yeah. Yep.
the other show, and we order these Bell and Howell things. And he's like, yeah, so they come and turn them on. We're like, well, they're okay.
Flashlight.
Like they definitely don't turn the night to day. And then we've had him for 5 minutes, and he goes, well, let's run mine over. And we run it over, and his breaks.
You keep yours?
Yeah, it's somewhere.
As seen on TV.
Yeah. So if it's the same Bell and Howell, I wouldn't trust their ball checker. Yeah. That's Mr. Conspiracy's job around here. Yeah.
See, I don't know.
We call that a fluffer where I'm from.
I don't know how many things
All right.
I don't think I've ever bought anything off of TV before.
Oh, I bought a couple. So we have a store. I don't know if you guys have stores like this in the States, but we have a store like in the malls here where it's just called As Seen on TV.
Right. We have those.
Yeah. So it's like I've technically bought stuff from that store that I've
Right.
seen on TV, and then I buy it there.
But I've
So
never
it's-
called. Yeah, I just say I've never called up the number and been like, get the free one. It's like $29.99. We'll throw in 2 extra ones. I've never got to do that.
You've never used the financing option.
Yeah,
To get,
for 3 easy payments of $19.99.
Yeah.
Whatever shitty thing they're selling.
The last
Yeah,
thing I
good.
bought like that wasn't off like an infomercial. It was off of Facebook, maybe 3 years ago. And for whatever reason, this ad came across my feed, and I've always kind of wanted one, but I would never ever look for one or follow through. It was a replica lightsaber, with a fancy, like a cool handle.
Yeah, good one.
Like it looked.
Yeah.
So to me, I was like, hey, that's fucking pretty cool. And it said like buy one get one free, and it was like this epic like Darth Maul like double-sided lightsaber that you clip together, and I was like, that's just cool. Like I don't need this, but I'm going to buy it. Whatever. It was $30. Like I was like, that seems pretty cheap. So I buy it, and like 6 weeks later, I get a box, and it's pretty small. And then
It's like a keychain.
it's so small. Like that doesn't look like, that doesn't seem right. There can't be 2 of these in here. I open it up. It's a fucking plastic replica, like from the dollar store. Like
Nice.
this shittiest fucking lightsaber. It didn't even have sound effects. It just turned on. And I had 2 of these fucking things, and they were like, it was not even close to what the ad was.
I bet the dark got darker once you saw those.
So I was like, I'm going to return these. I go to return it. It's been 6 weeks. The company doesn't exist anymore. And now I'm just stuck with these 2 shitty lightsabers that all they're good for is my dog to eat.
I did that too with I saw this ad for TikTok for this miracle pet hairbrush, and it showed these people like brushing cat hair off a couch.
Oh, yeah.
Brushing cat hair off their clothes, and I'm like, fuck, man, I got cats, and it's an issue.
I need
right?
one of those.
Like that shit gets everywhere, and this thing just apparently catches the hair. So I like ordered it. It took 12 weeks maybe to get here.
Yeah.
I for sure
What?
the same day I bought this, buddy he bought these glasses that were, you put these glasses on, they were Bluetooth glasses that projected a 140-inch screen. And he got his glasses, and they were basically just plastic glasses that had lights on them. They didn't do anything. So I was like, we were kind of laughing, and I was like, well, I'm sure this thing's not good. So finally, this fucking miracle cat brush comes in. comes in, I look at it and I'm like, man, this thing's really sharp. Really sharp. So I go to use it on my pants and I just rip my pants. It just catches every fiber of my pants and just tears my pants to shit. And I was like, dude, there's no way you could ever use this to get any hair for cats. I was like, God damn. I was
It's
like,
actually meant to
It's
just shave your cat.
Yeah. It's
Just get rid of it there.
Burmeister bought him too. He ripped his couch. That's what I bought it for. And I was worried. I was like, these things are going to rip my couch. It's fucked up.
You just see like run it down your pants like oh.
Sean asked Braden, what's the weirdest thing that's happened to you in Omegle? I caught Andrew jerking off. It was the waist down, but don't ask me how, but I knew it was him.
How?
No. How? Just trust me. I know.
He knows.
I know Andrew. No, the weirdest thing.
Out of dicks or what?
Not a lot.
There's the odd
I mean,
dick.
there's
Not
some.
a lot,
There's
but
some.
some.
There's a couple
There's
dicks.
some.
There's some. Not a lot.
Honestly, most people don't show them. They show like other body parts first, right?
It's
Because
like
they're waiting for a
is
girl.
the
Obviously.
arm. So it's like the bottom of the
Yeah.
arm first.
You're killing me. It's cold.
Oh, sorry. And then it's the weirdest thing though. There was this guy, and he glassed. I think I posted it, and it's like he's watching this weird documentary, and he just looks and he shushes me, and I was like, okay, yeah, I was kind of watching for a second, and then it was like talking about like fucking pterodactyls or something, and then he just turns and like really looks at the camera, and I was like, what the fuck? That was weird. Like there's like weird people like doing weird stuff, like weird stunts for like their videos and stuff. Like, you know, I've seen a person just sits there and then he smashes an egg on his face and he's just staring, and I'm like, that's what you're doing for your video?
I'm just
All right.
asking people if they like aliens.
I'm just saying aliens. Do you believe?
Aliens? Next?
You need to
Yeah.
check that guy's TikTok and maybe see if he's got more views than you. Maybe you should be
Honestly,
smashing eggs on
trust
your
me.
face.
I was like, anytime someone does something like that where I can tell they're making a video, I make faces that you wouldn't use on your TikTok or YouTube, which is just my regular face, basically.
Just Braden.
No, it's just
Not desirable.
Did he look like he had? Well, I guess he washed it off between takes. Did he have like eggshells on his face? I wonder if like he's just like constantly.
He
doing
looked slimy.
it. Yeah.
He looked like he'd been smashing eggs for a while.
Internet's a weird place, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is a strange
That's where you
place.
can find all of us. So yeah,
Yeah.
pretty fucking weird, man.
Alientheorist.com, you can find all the weirdest. Hey, Burmeister, why wouldn't you send it to me, the other fucking guy who bought it, and I could verify if it was the same one? Dummy.
What
Here.
are you talking about?
Why would you send it to let's see it.
Oh,
Oh, that's the exact same one.
yeah, there you go.
Brutal.
He
Never buy.
sent it to Scotty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you gotta be wary of the scams on Facebook and infomercials.
Yeah,
They
don't
are
buy stuff
lying
off
to you.
TV.
The one that I got caught recently by is that like the pallet of tools you could buy for like $90. Full pallet of
Is it
Milwaukee tools sent straight to
Plastic
your house.
tools?
And I was like, oh, really? This is pretty good. A full pallet. That's a lot. Showed up. I had a little fucking mailbag, like 6 by 6 inches, show up.
It was a 6x6
And it-
pallet.
Yeah. Shows up. It's just this little bag, and it's got like one of those children's plastic drills in it. That was it. $100 well spent.
Wow.
I sent it back. I got a full refund, and I
That
kept
was
the
number
fucking
6
drill.
of decision I'd go back and change. For those keeping count.
Oh, dude, that's funny. Now I don't buy. I
right.
don't buy anything offline anymore. Nothing.
Fuck no. No.
Fool me once.
The only thing I buy online is merch from alientheorist.com.
Crowdmade.com. Yep.
Yeah. So go get
Does
your
our,
triple
do
baby.
our old designs go on there too, or is it just like the new ones? Or
It-
those
the
be
store
on there?
the store rotates, Dan.
Ah, the
So
store
August
rotates.
1st, there might be some new design. There might be some
shit.
ones you wanted for before that weren't. There might be some new hat designs. I don't know.
Yeah.
Get that brand new Mr.
Mystery.
Conspiracy shirt. I've been going hard at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I check back in every month.
Yeah. I saw that's just gonna be a great show. The exact same instead of Power Hour, I solved the Zodiac murders. I've been going hard at it. Yeah.
There's more than one cipher?
It's a cipher?
All right. So
It's not a word.
what is there? 2, 3? How many of them are there?
That's a good question.
I hear
There can't be that many. And I'm like 3/4 of the way through the first one. So
Yeah.
I'm almost there. Let me find a couple more words in that word search and I'll get it.
He's gonna. If there's one cipher left to break, Mr. Conspiracy's gonna break it.
Yeah, he's found is, if, of, on, no.
2.
All right, let's wrap this fucking Power Hour up. That was fun. It was fun to get
Yeah.
Mr. Conspiracy back on here.
Woo!
We haven't done a Power Hour in quite some time, so that might be a monthly thing. It's fun.
Yeah, maybe
always
we'll
fun.
get more going
Always
once I get the German Hobby Lobby all set up. They actually built these this was Hitler's design actually, and it fell through and they brought it back in 77.
The Nazi scientists that came over to NASA brought it with them.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they while they shipped an Operation Paperclip, when they brought over the scientists, they also grabbed about 2,200 units of these Hobby Lobbies. And I got my hands on one.
Is that your impression of a German accent?
No, that's my redneck who's really into RVs and he knows all the backstories.
What's his name?
His name is haven't came up with a name for me.
All right, perfect way to end. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Peace, everyone.
Peace.
Not even lying to you guys. I fucking hate this podcast. I got a third nipple that lactates when babies cry.
Man, that sunset is gorgeous.
Grill, patio, sunset. Hard to get better than that. Unless you're browsing Carvana's inventory while you soak it all in.
Oh, burger time.
So sit back, get comfortable. Carvana's got thousands of cars under $20,000 just waiting for you.
I could stay here forever.
Carvana, where car buying meets comfort, meets convenience. Download the app or visit Carvana.com today. That's not just the sound of that first sip of Morning Joe. It's the sound of someone shopping for a car on Carvana from the comfort of home.
That's a good blend.
It's time to take it easy, like answering some easy questions to get pre-qualified for a car in minutes.
Talk about starting the morning right.
Just like customizing your terms so your car fits your budget. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to experience car shopping the way it should be. Convenient, comfortable.